So we're ready to export our animatic as a movie. Let's look at our options for doing that. We go up to File, Export, Movie. And then here we have our options. First of all, we need to decide where to put it. And then File Pattern is where you can put a name for the file, but we're actually going to leave that blank for now, which means it will just default to our project's title. Then here we can set the movie format. I have options for QuickTime, a Flash SWF file, JPEG and Targa and PNG, which are still image formats, meaning it will export the movie as an image sequence. But we want a QuickTime movie. If you're on Windows, you will also have the options for a Windows WMV format. If we click Movie Options, we get more specific options for that format. So here in my QuickTime settings, I'm going to set the compression to H.264. That will keep the file size down. And we aren't really worried about quality that much since these are just sketches, so I'll turn the quality down too. And then we definitely want to make sure to include the sound. So that's all the setup we really need, so we can click OK. Then here we can specify the resolution. We can choose full size, half size, or quarter size. The smaller ones will make a smaller file and export faster if you just want to do a quick test, but let's go ahead and do the full size. Then with this dropdown, we can specify whether we want one clip per project, meaning the whole animatic will be one file, or we can export one clip per scene, or one clip per shot. This means we'll get separate movie files for each scene or shot. That's where the file pattern options come in. If you hover over the field for file patterns, it shows us this key for some shorthand code that we can use in our file naming scheme. So if I were to put in the field here %T, %Q, %S, and export one clip per shot, those movie files would be named the project's name, the number of the shot scene, and the number of that shot. We could also type in another title by hand and just use the codes for the numbering. But we're actually going to just do one file for the whole project, so we don't need to worry about that. Then we have a set of tabs here with more options. First of all, the Export Range tab lets us choose what shots we want to include. We can do all, or we could set it to selected shots and use the select button to choose only the ones we want. Or we can just do the current shot, the current panel, or if we were still in the revision stage and had panels that were marked to be tracked, we could just do tracked panels. We're just going to do all. Then on the Burn-In tab, we can add additional information that gets displayed over top of the video. We can add time code, like we did with our other animatic, and we can display the shot names and panel numbers. And we can show additional duration information. That means we can show the duration of either the specific scene, the shot, or of each panel, either as time code or as a number of frames. Let's just do time code and shot and panel numbers. Then on camera grids, we have the option to display our camera safety guides. Project safety means the action safe and title safe guides. These are the same as the different view options we looked at on our stage view. These guides will help you make sure everything important is on screen if your content is broadcast to different size TVs. Then on the Captions tab, we can also display the text from our captions over our video, like subtitles.
I had to see you now.
But what are you doing here? What about your uncle?
I was wrong.
You'd probably want to do this with the dialogue field. And then here you can specify the font, height, and text color, and the color of a background that gets put behind the text. And then specify the position on the screen where the text should go. And max lines means the maximum number of lines of text that it should make space for. You probably want to keep this pretty low. If you're going to use this option, just double check that the right dialogue is in the dialogue captions on each panel. We've edited our panels a lot since we exported the board. Then, once we have all our options how we want them, we can set it to open the movie after it exports, and then click Export. And here we have our animatic to preview.
Are you ready? Fighters! Are you ready? Then the fight will commence in 3, 2, 1.
Mushi!
Kwame?
I had to see you now.
But what are you doing here? What about your uncle?
I was wrong. I was a fool to think I could live without you. Please, quickly, before it's too late, run away with me.
Of course, my flower. I forfeit.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Andy Manran of the Silver Hilt School of Swordsmanship. He has won the honor of representing the Shining Empire of Cheyenne at the World Tournament.
And there we go. Now let's say that the animatic and board are approved, and we're ready to give the board over to production. Well, there are actually some other export options we can use to make that handoff smoother. We'll look at those in the next video. I'll see you there.